our non-stop rolling coverage in this edition as we get you the latest on the Iran-Israel conflict and what it means for India. Also joining me in the studio is Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor. Before we cut across to get you the situation on the ground, I'd also like to introduce our panelists of guests. Alex Gandler, Deputy Spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Major General R.K. Sinha, who is a defense expert. He joins us on the broadcast. Also with us is Major Gaurav Arya. We also have ground coverage where Lav will be joining us from Israel and Yeshaya from Jerusalem. But before we go across to all of them, let's tell you what is happening. The Israel war on Hamas is on the edge of exploding into a wider conflict with a likely Iranian retaliation over a suspected Israeli strike earlier this month on an Iranian consulate building in Syria that claimed the lives of 12 people, including a senior guard general who once commanded its expeditionary Quds force there. As the Middle East braces for the attack and what happened on the ground, let's take a look at this report.
Tensions in the Middle East have escalated. Air raid sirens resonated in Israel after Iran launched dozens of drones and ballistic missiles towards region in and around Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. The attack marks the first time Iran has launched a direct military assault on Israel. Israeli forces have informed that more than 200 missiles were fired, most of which was intercepted.
Iran has launched a direct attack from Iranian soil towards the state of Israel. We are closely monitoring Iranian killer drones that are en route to Israel sent by Iran. This is a severe and dangerous escalation. Our defensive and offensive capabilities are at the highest level of readiness ahead of this large-scale attack from Iran. Together with our partners, the Israel Defense Forces is operating at full force to defend the state of Israel and the people of Israel. This is a mission that we are determined and ready to fulfill.
As Iran fired missiles and drones toward Israel, watch how IDF assessed the situation from the Kiryat military headquarters to plan its response action. Meanwhile, India has called for an immediate de-escalation of hostilities between the two states.
आज विश्व में अनिश्चितता के बादल छाए हुए हैं, युद्ध की स्थिति बनी हुई है, तनावपूर्ण है पूरा विश्व। संकट के ऐसे समय में इन क्षेत्रों में रह रहे भारतीयों की सुरक्षा ये हमारी प्राथमिकता है। भारत विश्व बंधु के तौर पर मानवता के कल्याण के लिए निरंतर प्रयासरत रहेगा।
Other Western powers such as the US and the UK have extended their support to Israel. In the backdrop of the ongoing war in Gaza, will the Israel-Iran offensive propel a turning point to the Middle East crisis? Agency report, Republic TV.
All right, so first up, I want to cut across to Yeshaya, who's joining us from Israel to give us a sense of what the situation is like on the ground. As Netanyahu has said, we are completely prepared and we were expecting this. Tell us what it is.
Shalom, good morning. Here from the National Precinct of Jerusalem. So a bit before 12:30 last night, air raid sirens were heard here in Jerusalem. The statistics at the end of the night were that 185 drones and 36 cruise missiles and 110 ballistic missiles were launched from Iran, 99% of which were intercepted, mostly outside of Israel's aerial space, over Jordan, Iraq, and other countries. Missiles and debris fell as far away as Amman, Jordan, and Erbil in Iraqi Kurdistan. The missiles were intercepted by the David Sling and Iron Dome systems, and the ballistic missiles by the Khads, the Arrow 3 ballistic missile anti-missile system. This was deemed a great victory, a really peak performance for the MEAD, M-E-A-D, the Middle Eastern Air Defense System, which was signed between Israel and neighboring countries after the Abraham Accords by our Defense Minister Gantz. All in all, I would say on the ground now, it's a nervous quiet. It's unclear how things will develop from here. The American news site Axios reported that President Biden told Prime Minister Netanyahu that that USA will not support an Israeli attack on Iran. So it's unclear how things will develop, since an escalation is expected, an Israeli retaliatory strike, but it's unclear how it will happen, if it will happen, as is what President Biden said he has convened the G7 for a united diplomatic response to Iran's brazen attacks. So we have to see how this develops from here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeshaya, do stay on with us, as I'd also like to cut across to Major General K.K. Sinha. In fact, he's with us in the studio. So how would you describe the ongoing situation, and how high is the risk of conflict between Iran and Israel?
Thank you. See, what we see in the last 6 months, the way things are unfolding in West Asia, especially into the trans-Mediterranean Red Sea area and the Persian Gulf, that we have to understand strategically, and why it is happening, and why it has gone to a situation like this, and why it happened on 1st of April when Damascus, the consulate of Iran was hit. See, now one thing is very clear. Israel wants unilaterally that anyone who is doing and playing the game with proxy should not happen. It should come in open. It was, they have done it with an aim, with a design. When in a design, if someone is doing with the proxy, you want to draw him in, absolutely one-to-one, then you have to make him retaliate, and they are able to get retaliations, and it is because Iran is also very scared. They have been pulled, they have been sucked in this operation, they wanted to avoid it. And exactly what we are seeing that. It was not when it is going to attack, whether it is going to attack, but when. And when, they have lost the surprise. The surprise is intentionally lost by Iran. They have been saying that they will come after the Eid, they will retaliate after the Eid, and they are definitely going to come. They have been showing that they are getting deployed. And timing, if you see, 1:54 a.m., just after on Sunday, that is the date which was given, and they have hit. Why they have done this? Because they were compelled to do it, because the proxies are also asking, the doubts are there. Though Israel doesn't want, to be shown as a winner. But today in West Asia, in my judgment, my assessment says, Israel is going to hit Iran nuclear facility, because 6 months are there only now left in there. The period is there by 6 months, but enrichment has gone to 60%, and they say within the 6 months they will have the nuke. And there is a tacit support of the West, especially the United States of America. Because what you will see the retaliation now, they will try to hit it. They have gone underground. Iran has gone absolutely underground. They will able to take it out with their, the missiles, which they are going to hit with their air force. But you will see Israel did the same thing with Iraq when they were going to nuclear. We have forgotten it has, they have unilaterally gone and hit and never allowed that time Iraq to go nuclear. They will never allow Iran to go nuclear. It is a matter of time. You will see whether it escalates, they don't care. And it is also for the existence of Israel to behave like this and go this way. People talk about Netanyahu, Gallant is the opposition leader, the war cabinet is on, the whole Israelis, have got an aim, and today if they have to survive, they have to go this way.
General Sinha, if you're suggesting that there is no surprise, then by a natural corollary, this is not an attack. This is more like a demo exercise, demonstration that, okay, fine, you hit us, we can hit you. And then, most importantly, after the attacks, Iran made a statement at the United Nations through their permanent representative saying that we have demonstrated, we have shown that we can respond. The matter should be considered as concluded. We will hit back if Israel responds to this via an escalatory matrix. So should we believe that things are going to come down now, or you think that this is a tinderbox situation, it can still go out of hand?
Abhishek, you are very correct, and what I said that Iran has been pulled in. And Iran has been pulled in, and that's why they say it is concluded. As for their side, they have concluded this by this strike. Initially, it was coming out about 200 odd, whether it's a mix of short-range surface-to-surface missile. It has got a cruise missile, 36 of them, 110 of that surface-to-surface missile. There were drones, one-way drones. Now the reports are coming, it was 330 odd. What you said, the timing, they have come and they have not maintained the surprise. They never wanted to hit anything because the retaliation, they have given a window that, Israel may force, America may force, maybe the West will force not to retaliate. But I am very sure the Israelis, especially Netanyahu and Gallant, they want that it will escalate. It just can't be a proxy. They are able to put it down, the Hamas, but Hezbollah and Houthi is being taken care of by the coalitions of everyone in the Red Sea area. But directly they have to go. Otherwise, 6 months' time, down the time, you will see if they go nuclear, because enrichment is already 60%, 90% they say, but within 6 months, the reports are there with Americans also, that Iran will go nuclear. If they will go nuclear, they will become much more dangerous and they will become much more active in these areas. West Asia will be totally disturbed.
Let's try to understand from Yeshaya. Yeshaya, there has been a de-escalatory messaging coming in from Iran. After the UN statement, there is a general of the Iranian armed forces and Major General Bagheri. He has in fact come out and given a public soundbite suggesting that so far as we are concerned, we wanted to demonstrate that we can hit back and the operation is concluded so far as we are concerned. Do you think that Israel would believe this position of Iran, that there is not going to be any further action and hence we are looking at the possibility of de-escalation? Or you think on the ground there from Jerusalem, what's the view? Is Israel going to escalate it further, respond in any manner to the attack by Iran?
Yes, so I don't think anyone is buying this merchandise at the Iranian bazaar. It doesn't actually matter whether Iran wants to de-escalate or not. Once you shoot 300 missiles into Israel, it is widely understood in the international community that we have the right to respond. The question that I'm asking myself is what the Israeli objectives will be. I don't think realistically we can topple the regime simply by shooting missiles at them. As your expert said, there is an objective of taking out their nuclear capabilities. And of course, Iran's most powerful proxy, Hezbollah, in Lebanon, even though we have killed 300 of their soldiers, including senior commanders in the Radwan forces, but their capabilities, their hundreds of thousands of missiles, are largely intact. So Iran can operate with their, probably will operate with their proxies, only a matter of when. And the question is what the Israeli objectives are, how Prime Minister Netanyahu and his war cabinet define our objectives vis-a-vis Iran.
Okay, but you see, Yeshaya, also, if you look at the statement coming in from President Biden, forget about the recent past 1 week where the Biden administration has repeatedly expressed its frustration with the Netanyahu government or Prime Minister Netanyahu specifically. Even the Biden statement tonight, according to American time, has de-escalation built into it. It is actually saying or suggesting that Israel has also made a point by failing or making sure that the attack by Iran fails. All the targets, all the missiles and drones coming in have been made ineffectual. They were hit in air, mid-air, and the Israeli air defense system has demonstrated that it is taking good care of the Israeli territory and the Israeli citizens. So I think if both the sides can say that, okay, fine, we have made our point, move on, you think moving on is happening, or on the ground you're getting a sense that Israel actually might respond still?
No, so I think, first of all, it was not clear until it actually happened that the air defense system would knock down 99% of the missiles. So the fact that the United States assisted us in building this air defense system. Part of it is operated from Nevada military bases. That was, of course, assistance we got to the United States. But on the other hand, we can't, the notion here in Israel is that we can't sit here like sitting ducks, passively waiting for more and more attacks to come. If Iran has attacked us, the notion is that it is now legitimate for us to retaliate and take out our capabilities. The question is how we define our objectives. But I don't think that Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Biden see things here eye to eye on what our response should be.
Jesse, let's get the official view.
All right, Yeshaya, do stay on with us, as I'd also like to introduce Mr. Alex Gandler. He's the Deputy Spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and he's with us on the broadcast, Abhishek. Alex, firstly, your view on the current situation, and how do you see it coming together in the days to come?
Well, everyone in Israel woke up this morning after losing a few hours of sleep last night. This is the big game that Iran has had, waking people in the middle of the night in Israel. People woke up to sirens. Me, myself, I live in Jerusalem. I woke up to sirens at about 2 a.m., looked up to the sky and saw our interceptors intercepting Iranian ballistic missiles and drones. The situation at the moment is that Iran has attacked Israel directly with more than 300 missiles, drones, and Israel is ready to defend itself together with a coalition of countries that was present yesterday on the skies above the Middle East, intercepting rockets and missiles fired from Iran. Iran is a maleficent force operating in the region. They have shown their card yesterday that they are ready to attack other sovereign nations from their territory with ballistic means. This is something that we're considering at the moment in order to see what kind of response we will have.